John Kerry says some of that Iranian billions, the sanction money, 150 billion, well, it's going to end up in the hands of terrorists. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West joins us now. Lieutenant Colonel West, I guess it's obvious that it's going to end up in the hands of the terrorists. The big question is, why did you guys do the deal in the first place?
Well, absolutely. It's good to be with you, Charles. That's the common sense inquiry that you make after what the Secretary of State said. Look, Iran is the #1 sponsor of Islamic terrorism in the world. Iran has entities that are listed on the terrorist list, such as the Quds Force, which is operating freely in Syria, as well as Hezbollah, which is also operating and supporting Bashar al-Assad in Syria, but as well the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, which, if you were not paying attention, those were the people who took our 10 sailors hostage last week and had them, 2 weeks ago, and had them kneeling at gunpoint. But yet we're going to release billions of dollars to these individuals. There have been reports coming out that Mahmoud Abbas has been in talks with the Iranians, because I'm quite sure he wants to feed at the trough of the billions of dollars that they're about to receive. And we know that Iran has been supporting Hamas. So why would we think that it's so important to have this quote-unquote nuclear agreement that we will release all these billions of dollars and not think that they're going to go to terrorist activities?
What is the message now for our allies? Obviously, Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu screamed at the top of his lungs to the world, to America, to President Obama, don't do this deal. Now we see Saudi Arabia in a proxy war in Yemen fighting people, terrorists backed by Iran. What does it say to our allies, and could this spark some sort of nuclear arms race in the Middle East?
Well, our allies, when the president came out and said his new foreign policy strategy would be to pivot away from the Middle East, and they see him cozying up with Iran, they believe that we have a president that cannot be trusted. They believe that the president of the United States of America is more so concerned about campaign promises and ideological agendas and maybe having an exhibit in his library, wherever it will be built, than the reality on the ground. The president is not listening to the allies, and that's why you saw 4 of the 6 Gulf Cooperation Council states, they did not come to Camp David to sit down and have a summit with him, because they didn't want to be part of a photo op. They see the actions, they see what he's doing on the ground.
So let's talk about the risk, Lieutenant Colonel West, because a belligerent Iran with $150 billion, what's the end game look like? How's the script developing here?
Well, what is happening, you're seeing a race for the new hegemonic dominance in the Middle East, and it really does come between a Sunni-Shia split. And there are many people that will say, well, let them fight that out, but I don't think that's what we want to see happen. There are many allies we have in the Sunni world, such as Jordan, to some extent Saudi Arabia, the Egyptians, the Kurds, that we can work with to be a bolster against Iranian expansion. And right now what they see is our foreign policy, and also the monies that we're releasing, shows that we support Iran. We are creating a new nuclear arms race, and the Saudi foreign minister says that they will pursue nuclear arms. So we're really not avoiding a confrontation,
right,
much as the same as Chamberlain thought. We're inciting one.
Yeah, or speeding, and certainly speeding it up. Lieutenant Colonel West, you're one of our favorites. We appreciate every time you come on. Thanks a lot.